Well, I did read the scriptures already. All right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, well, I did read the scriptures already. All right. And so, every time I do YouTube, it always says the last thing, whatever I said, and then I just close it. But in the beginning, when we started this 138 days ago, we started talking about being intentional. And I don't know about how it started for you, but how it started for me was slow. It was slow for me. It was slow to start to think about, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? Getting through the questions, answering the questions, that was a feat within itself. And then because I have two books, I had my 2021 book, and we started in December. So I filled out all of the answers in the 2020 book. And then my 2022 book, I go back and I said, oh, well, I might as well answer these questions again. But when I answered them again in 2022, the answers were slightly different than the 2021 question. But it's the same question. If money and time were not an obstacle, what would you do? It's different. The answers are different. So I think it's important to continuously ask these questions to see where you are now, because we are evolving so much through this process and really learning like what we really want and what we don't want, and all that kind of good stuff. And so to ask to continue to go through that front section again and again and again, and then making sure to ask the review questions every month, because that changes too.
It's amazing when you find out what you didn't want anymore.
Absolutely. Didn't want that, don't want that. And it's so funny when people say, well, I ain't gonna say people, when people, not to you, but when people say to me, oh, you should have just stayed where you was at. You didn't have all those problems. You didn't have to worry about those big bills and all this kind of stuff. I said, don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm good. I'm perfectly fine right here. Because I'm not worried about nothing, because God got this. And if you can't see after 12 months that God got it, I don't even know what to tell you. Listen.
If they can't see, they better go get their eyes checked.
Look, what would you have me do? Pack up and leave? And come up there? Nah.
Again, you packed up, left there a few times already.
Yeah, man, already. And so no, we are to stick and to stay. I know in network marketing, they say stick and stay until you get your pay. Stick and stay until you get
get your pay. That's a good one.
Stick and stay until I get my pay. And
that's a good one.
Yeah. I got an arsenal of them. I used to be the premier presenter for whatever I was selling. So I was the travel presenter. I was the TLC presenter. So I stood in front of groups of people telling them how they can be a part of companies most of my life. And so I got words for days. I got slogans for days.
And what did the lady tell you? Do you believe your own mouth? What she
you believe was coming out of your own mouth, right? No, she said you don't believe what's coming out of your own mouth, right? Please, yes. It's amazing. And even one time I was talking to Lynn and Kemp, and they was like, so what's going on with HIP National Bank? I said, who? They said, remember, you used to say you're going to put your money in HIP National Bank? Oh my goodness. And asking who was FICA and why was she on my check? I don't know her. looking down at your check and you see that the numbers don't change. That's why you got to do something else, because every time you look like, why do we open the check up and look at it as if the numbers are going to change from the 2 weeks ago when they gave it to you before. It's the same numbers. It's the same numbers. And those are the same numbers that you can't live the life that you want on. So how long will you continue to keep opening up this check, looking at FICA, whoever she is, taking your money, and all the rest of them that take it before you even get it. And then when you look at the gross and say, oh, I did good. And then you look at the net and you be like, it has got to be better than this. It has got to be a better way. And so I'm always there with the better way. So absolutely, there is a better way. Now, all those things speak to the work that we do for ourselves, that we no longer need to hitch our wagons to no one and nothing. Our wagon is no longer a wagon to be hitched. We are driving a full stagecoach and we are the drivers. Now we will allow other people to hitch their wagons to ours.
If they pay the fare.
If they pay
Ain't no stagecoach go empty if you don't pay the fare.
And some people will pay the fare in ways of service. Some people will pay the fare in ways of support. And it just, it's just a different way to see the life that we are choosing now for ourselves. Choosing, believing for, hoping for, knowing for.
Some people will help you drive.
Oh yeah, we got a new driver. And those are the people, those are your Rocket Booster friends that will lend you their legs of faith. They will definitely drive the car for a little while to give you a chance to take a breather when things is tough. And that's absolutely what we get in this room, in this space.
Yep.
And that's why we had to close the space. And only the people who intentionally want what we have will be in this room. We won't be casting our pearls to swines.
Oink, oink.
So I'm excited. So as we move forward to this week, this 138th day. Ooh.
Hallelujah.
7 whole days. And so setting our intention for this week and really just taking time out to, we are 138 days in, which means that we are more than 100 days into 2022. And this is around the time we're in the second quarter now. And when you look back to the beginning of writing down your goals and asking yourself the questions. The question is now, where are you now? Where are you now in this 138th day? Are you doing the things that are a part of your original plan? Have you been sidetracked to someplace else? Are you following the questions that you answered for your life purpose? And it's so funny because when I look at my answers that I answered in 2021 and the answers that I now answer in 2022, it's just different. Yep. And so answer the question again. What would you want to experience if time and money were not an issue? How do you really want to grow? What do you want to contribute? Who am I and why am I here? Lord, why am I here? Where am I going? How do I want to be remembered when I'm gone? If I achieved all my life's goals, how would I feel? And how can I feel that along the way? What's most important in my life? What do I value most? What am I passionate about? And it's funny how that can move around a little bit. Definitely passionate about women, but this thing with these adult entertainers has
Focus.
revamped the focus. Like the women, the women, and what may come up for me too. What did come up was that Denisha just texted me. She said, happy Mother's Day. Couldn't get on today. Tell all the ladies I said happy Mother's Day. Grace and peace to you all.
Oh my, just ran on her.
Thank you. Same to you. And so what I may end up doing is having two different events in a week. One for the adult entertainers and one for women who are not. And that way I get to fill my week up with the stuff that I want to do. Because that's absolutely what I want to do. I'm like, if somebody said, oh, twice a week is too much. Too much for who?
How do people decide to tell you about your capacity? I don't get that.
Yes, it's too much. It's too much. No, it's not. It's the same exact thing twice.
Well, they're talking about themselves when
yes,
but that limiting talk, they can be thinking that they're talking to you or me. Who are you? Yeah, I look at them and I say, who do you think you're talking to? Wait a minute. Take a good look.
I'm excited because I started thinking about, I said, okay, if I do the girls on Tuesday, then I can do, I don't even know how to, I don't know, 2 groups of women, 2 classes, 2 workshops, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, which is absolutely my life's work. And I get excited thinking about it. I could literally fill my week up with just that. And that would make me utterly happy. And the thing that the only thing that concerned me was, do I have enough money to make sure that I can serve refreshments for them when they come? That was my only concern. And then I said, well, I'll just ask for sponsorship. Sponsor
That's
lady.
what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, sponsor a lady for $10 so I can feed her some refreshments and something to drink. So that that's it. And so that took away whether or not I could do it. I could definitely do it. So it's on the calendar. So there, it's on the calendar. And so absolutely, yes, Gwen, thank you. She said, thanks, Ellen. Happy Mama's Day. Yes, the mamas. And so that brings to light what brings the most joy and sense of peace in your life. The stuff that makes your heart go, And then, like, I think I look back at all of these testimonials that I had. I found these papers that I had passed out at the end of my welfare to work class. And the things that the women said at the end was like, some of them was brutally honest. Like when she first came in, I wasn't trying to, we wasn't trying to hear nothing she was talking about, but she really is very much helpful. And I have some hope about, what it is that I really can do in this space, because there's people who go through those programs, and if they really apply themselves, they will absolutely get what the program is meant for them to get. Is when they are in resistance that they just end up wasting their time.
They have to do it. They just have to do it.
Yeah, they don't really want to do it. But the ones who do, they end up going through these whole programs. They end up getting off of the assistance and end up homeowners. I just saw a TikTok that says that Section 8 will help you buy your first house. You can buy a house with Section 8.
It's
'Cause it-
mindset. It's all
because-
mindset.
Because they're trying to get out of the real estate business. They want people to buy their places in the projects. Government wants to get out of the real estate business.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, I had a tenant that was Section 8. She had Section 8. She had, what's the other thing? Welfare. Who knows what other programs? And when I had to go to her place, she had a television that was the size of her living room. She always had her hair done, nails done.
Mhm.
She was definitely working the system.
Absolutely. There are people.
Yeah, it's mindset.
There was something that I read about a woman with 2 kids on welfare versus a woman with 2 kids making $29,000 a year. And the different struggles that they have. If you are somebody who's making $30,000 and you're trying to raise 2 kids, with that, the struggle is very real. We're trying to do it without assistance when you talk about daycare and all that kind of stuff. But then a woman who is on the system, she's going to get her Section 8 housing. She's going to get food stamps and money. She's going to get daycare provided, because they provide the daycare if you go to work for a certain amount of time or, whatever. And that system is so much more all encompassing than you working, making $30,000 and this whole struggle that goes along with it. Now, they do have some subsidies that some people can get, but there's no rhyme or reason with some of these programs because people get denied when they really need it. So it's just like a very, slippery slope in that space. And I know it all too well because I was in it. I was absolutely in it. And so it definitely is mindset. And I remember while I was suffering through it, because it's a suffer through, honey, that whole thing. Well, honey, what color is your underwear? That's how I felt when they was talking to me. What color is your underwear right now? Well, what color do you plan on wearing tomorrow? Well, what color is they going to be on Friday? Because the questions are so invasive that they ask you, for you to get the assistance. And then once you get it, you got to come back and answer the questions again in order to keep it. I was so happy that time was quick and absolutely can speak about it from the experience of it. And how sometimes some of the people that work there were not nice. And so I absolutely, whenever I had to go to the welfare office, I came suited and booted. I came in my best suit and my best heels. Yep, I need help because I'm not working right now, but you will not make me feel less than who I am. So I look better than you. The one lady told me, she said, well, you can work here. I was like, maybe not so much. Because I also got a chance to see the mindset of the people who would sit there. I heard these 2 girls talking about receiving Social Security for their kids. And what they did was, the one girl, she said, girl, I just give him a Snickers bar every time we go see the doctor. And so then their children gets labeled this thing and they end up with an extra, $700 a month. And then the child goes to school and they're labeled this, and these labels, they prevent them.
Follow them their whole life.
And it prevents them from enrolling in the military or becoming like air traffic controllers, like all kinds of things that they can't do because of this diagnosis. And then the diagnosis is not even real. So, so continuing to ask ourselves the questions. What does success look like for me in my life? What does a successful life look like? You know, what do people most admire about me? What unique gift do I share with the world? What are my top 5 values? And if you don't know, all you got to do is ask somebody who knows you well. And, you know, what are your top 10 achievements in life? I think this is one of my favorite questions, to really be able to say, what was the biggest, best, most exciting things that you've done in your life thus far? Not just what you did this week, but what you have done. What did you show up and be the best at? You know, what did you do that felt like such an amazing accomplishment? What are you doing now that you consider an amazing accomplishment? I want to be Brenda, because Brenda just be traveling all over the place. I don't know. Where you at this week? Oh, I'll be in New York this week. I'll be in Virginia this week. I would have been all over those towns, like, oh, let me see what else these towns got to offer, all up in their business. What kind of museums y'all got? Let me see the parks. Y'all got any eighth wonders in these joints? Like, where's the water at? Like, I would be all over those places. You know, as long as it's warm, you know, it gets a little chilly, I'll be like, maybe on the inside stuff. But
the weather here is basically like the weather in New York. So right now it's not warm.
It's not warm. Oh yeah, we staying there. We're not going outside. So absolutely asking yourselves these amazing questions to really get you where you want to be, you know, making sure that you work to really ask yourself, what are your top goals for your life? Like, what do you want to create? What do you want to contribute to the world? You know, if this time and money were not an obstacle, you know, how would you wake up in the morning? What would you see? I saw there's a YouTube show called Open House. And on it, I saw Alicia Keys and her husband, Swizz Beatz, and they moved into the Tony Montana, not Tony Montana, is that his name? Tony Stark's from Marvel. They moved into the Marvel house that he lived in. This house is cut out in the mountain, and it's all glass around it. It's water on one side, mountains on the other side. It's just a really beautiful place. And I just can imagine. No, I'm sorry, I can imagine. Waking up in a place like that. It was only $6 million.
That's not a lot for them.
No.
And you wake up in that kind of place, you feel like you're outside because it's all glass. You know? And you feel like you're sitting on a mountain cliff looking out at the sea.
It's so beautiful, right? And I said, that's my next house. I want to be able to see the sunset and the sunrise. I want to see that. Now I said, I could like get a ladder and go up on my roof. Somebody make me a ladder so I can go up on this roof and really see, because the trees are so tall here all the way around. Beautiful, beautiful trees. And some of, you know how you look at some of these trees and like some are wide and some are thin and all of that. And then when the wind is blowing, these trees, they sway. So like, oh my God, how these trees been here all this time and they don't fall. Or if they fall in the midst of each other. I read something about trees during the storms is, although they're swaying on top, the root system,
it's strengthening their roots.
They pull together and they hold on tighter. Like literally that is movement that's happening during the storm. I'm like, wow, that's sort of kind of how we do during the storm. We just kind of grab onto each other and hold each other tight to get each other through. And the same thing is what they do. So creating your life statement, knowing what you want, will help you to determine what skills you need to master, what habits you need to master. And so I'm just really, really excited for everything that is coming for us. So take the time this week, today or tomorrow, to determine what it is that you want to accomplish this week. Set your goal for the week, whatever that is going to be for you, so that you can absolutely be intentional about your accomplishments that you want to have done for this first quarter, whatever that might be. Let's see, what is this one? So I'm going to find us some good, look at this. Okay. How about this is a Jones meditation. We put a meditation up on YouTube.
A who?
Christopher.
Chris?
Yep.
That's his Jones?
Yep, Christopher Jones. Yep, he put up a YouTube meditation. It's on my page. This
Yeah, please.
Satanama. He told me what that means. I forgot what it means. Let me see. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. He don't even know. He here with us already. Let me see.
He knows.
He knows.
Yes.
He did it on
You're
purpose. I went and found out about being a number 8 because of Chris.
That's amazing. Let's see. I'll look real fast. So Satanama means my true essence or my true identity. You are reaffirming that you are truly you. And he taught me this one. And this one, it has these anchors that you do. So when you say the Satanama, which means my true essence, my true identity, you do your fingers. Satanama. And it's some kind of anchoring to your body. So it's only 48 seconds, so we can listen to that and take us on out. Too fast. That was way too fast. I'm gonna have to tell them we need a whole minute. Oh my goodness.
That was nice.
So good. So good. Let's see how many minutes we got.
That's pretty. What is that?
It just says music to increase positive energy. So we can do a little few moments of that. Take a deep breath. much bigger than us. We are the thought leaders. We are the enlightened. Because of God sent to elect us as people. Elect them and to find them how amazing they are. Find them their gifts, that they can show up to humanity space. Teach them that no matter what's happening in the world, no matter what propaganda is being spewed from the television or from the radio, absolutely disconnect from it and live as a human life. God is in control of it all. We get to choose. Protect ourselves. We get to choose how we feel. Choose to be the light. What light? What light? Right, positivity. If they try to work with you, it's the light. God, the light bringers, things lovers, people, and to the gap, open space. That is how we always remember. And to the gap for each other. Us who have decided to pick up the light we carry it, embrace everyone. Coming down from the Amen.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing, happy Mother's Day and Daddy's Day and all of that. Bye, Gwen. Gwen's off to Sunday school. Have an amazing rest of your day, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. Happy
Bye.
Mother's
Give
Day.
yourselves a hug.